Hello, folks. Welcome, welcome. So, a little bit of bad news. PS Chipotle project is dead. Chipotle finally got back to me, and they said that they only give out API or subscription keys, is what they call them, to their partners. So there's no public facing REST API that I can play with. They've got a new set of APIs, and yeah, it's like if I was building an app like Grubhub or something, for example. Grubhub has a single subscription key that this is oversimplified, that all of the Grubhub traffic, no matter what user is using Grubhub, for example, the backend, the app is using this subscription key, whatever. And I obviously can't do that. And they said, thanks, have a good day. And sorry. So I archived this. Next time I'll do some research ahead of time to figure out if I can even build a wrapper around an API, if that API is even real. So, but I've got good scaffolding. The next, if I decide to do some other restaurant or something. This is a lot of the scaffolding for testing. Where am I putting classes? I've got the entire build and test and publish pipelines all created for a brand new module. So this is here for reference, but Anyway, won't be working on that. I wanted today to just play around with my profile stuff, which lives in my .files here. And this is basically if I get a new computer or spin up a new environment or something, I can just clone this repository, run install, and I get a lot of my tools installed, which includes my PowerShell profile. It'll auto clone a bunch of my repositories that I want. Install fonts that are used by Windows Terminal. What else does it do? Anyway, there's a few issues that I want to fix on this, basically. And yeah, so I was trying to make some issues. There's more than just these, but I just wanted to get some notes out here. So the first one is I'm hard coding where I clone the repositories. I'm hard coding that path. Ideally, I would want to, let's close these up. Ideally, I'd want to, like, let's say here I made a folder. Do I have one here? Nope. New folder called code. Ideally, if I clone .files here, you know, why am I? Oops. Documents, code. No. Ideally, if I clone .files in a place like this, when I run it from here, it would then clone all the Git repositories in this path instead of just hard-coded into CE projects GitHub. Additionally, the other issue that I've got out here is related. So right now, what it's going to do is I've got a PowerShell profile here. That is this puppy. This is the actual guts of what's in my profile. This will live in the .files PowerShell folder, wherever that gets cloned to. But what I do is I find the current user's all hosts profile path. And in that path, I reference a file in your home directory .config PowerShell profile.ps1. And that is really a symbolic link to this one. It's a weird thing. Some like Linux systems just by default will look in your profile.config folder. So I thought that would account for if it's on that system, it'll load it by default. If it's anywhere else, there's at least a sim link that will point you to the right spot. Then I thought, if I just create the path myself to wherever the profile lives, and I don't worry about the symbolic link stuff, it's going to work in both environments anyway. So it's not a big deal. So I need to go and fix that. Yeah, for example, here, when I'm making my references, it's your home folder .config PowerShell profile.ps1. This instead just needs to be changed to wherever .files is, .config PowerShell, whatever. So yeah, let's just fix some of these. This will be quick, and maybe we'll find more issues along the way. So ideally, this GitHub path, this can be renamed. But the way I want to come up with that path is, I guess from here, I'd be up a directory. Here's what I'm trying to say. Right now, PS script root is this PowerShell folder. I need to go up one. So split path. Oops. PS script root. This will give me the path to .config. I need to go up. I need to go up a few levels. This just gets a little ugly. Let's wrap this. If anyone knows of a better way to do this, I want to stay away from just doing the // because if it's Windows, a slash is backwards, and maybe that's not a problem. I think if it's on Windows, PowerShell will figure out that I used the wrong slash. If it's on Linux, obviously that's the slash to use. So if anyone's ever done this upwards directory referencing a different way, let me know. I'm basically gonna nest a few split paths until I'm there. Yeah, so what this split path does is you give it a path. So let me just make a path to where I'm at. Path equals this. So I've got a path here, and I can say split path, give it a path, and then I can say parent or leaf. And leaf means give me the value that's at the very end. Parent is give me everything else. So what's the parent directory to this path? So it knows how to chop off what's at the end. And so if I need now, I basically am gonna this path would give me here, but if I'm trying to actually reference the projects folder, I would wrap this path in another split path and give me its parent, which would be projects. I don't know if there's a way for split path to say like, oh, do this twice or something. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, it's ugly. I try to make it look prettier by like nesting them like this. Let me just write out the whole ugly line. And so split path, that path, parent. So this gives me PS script root is, PowerShell. So the parent is .config. This parent is the .files. And I need one more parent to get the directory that .files lives in. So when you clone .files, it will basically put all the other repositories that I want as neighbors to .files, not inside or too far out. So I need one more of these ugly split paths. Split path here. Parent. And so what I've done in the past is like nest these like this. Actually, if I come up here, split path there. And then we have trailing parents. I mean, does this look uglier than just having it on one line? I mean, I think if you have too many, you kind of need it. But this line may not be too long. I just would really rather not do like something like this where this path is, this or something. And again, maybe this works and it's probably more understandable, but for some reason I just have an issue with wanting to do it that way. So for now, I'll just stick with split path. So I think this will work. Again, this is .config. Yeah. So this initially gets called. Let me projects, GitHub. Whoops. This is the actual .files I'm working out of. So initially you call this install script, and then it's going to call the rest of the nested stuff. So I could have this file give me, root path, and then just keep passing it to these. Like, here's where I invoke these nested install PS1s, which right now there's just one. But again, I wanted to write this so it was expandable if I've got a PowerShell install environment and I want, just others. So I would need to pass that path as a parameter to the nested install scripts? Or do you think making a script scoped variable, would that pass to a dot sourced file also? I guess I could try that. Yeah, config path. This is going one directory down. So script root path equals, because then here I could just do it once. And now the path I wanted nested way down here. Where did that go? Here. I don't need all these parents because I've already made it once here. But then my question is, because first this is going to dot source the install file. And then this install file is going to dot source here. I assume that the script scope should probably nest all of these, because this gets pulled into this scope, install gets pulled into the root install scope technically, so that should probably work. Whoops, if I could spell this right. Script. Let me save that. Root path, I would need to come here. I could just get rid of this. I don't need to. Yeah. Oh, I think the chat's a little late. I just fixed that. CRIPT. Yeah, I just fixed that. Cool. Yeah. So in here, I would. I think I want to push location. Yeah, that's better. I want to change my context to root path. And for each repo, clone them all at once. And then pop location. I've been doing this a lot more. Push location and then pop location just puts you right back to where you were, which is cool. I think this will work. Let me save this file. I didn't have to make any changes here. Yeah, so I had to change the install. I had to change install my git repos. The changes to profile are separate, so git add here. Parent directory variable. Okay, I want to push, and then I want to reclone it. Reclone it here and test it out. Oh, you don't have to. Okay. So, okay, I think what you're saying is here I don't have to declare that it's a script variable. Is that right? I can just leave this out. I've always done it this way, and that way I know where it's coming from. But I guess you're saying technically I could just reference it like this. Let me know if that's what you meant, because I've always done it this way. If I have a special scope on a variable, I like to just keep track of that everywhere. Just in case, I don't know. Remove dotfiles, force, recurse. Okay, nothing's here. Now that that's pushed up, I want to clone that again. And I should be able to include the git repos, and that's it. I think this will break my profile, but I'll fix this. The point is I want to see if adding this will clone everything. Documents, code. here in that directory, basically. But it's going to do a lot else. It's going to reinstall modules with ps-depend and probably try to reinstall a font. No, it'll skip the fonts because I'm not an admin. Yeah. If I come here, I have to be on Windows and I have to be an administrator. And I don't have the terminal opened as an admin, so. The script part. Yeah. Oops, did that run? Okay, here we go. So it should clone this list here. That's it. Sweet. Skips the fonts. Cool. That's what I want. So that's perfect. But you're saying I can get rid of this. I would rather keep it. For me, I just keep track of specially scripted variables that way, or scoped variables. But I didn't know that you could remove this. I don't know if either way is best practice or what. I just think this tells me, obviously, this variable comes from somewhere else. Without it, I would get lost. So I'm going to keep it like that. Okay, so what else? That's very interesting. I learned that today. That's I don't use the script scope very often, but especially when I'm referencing, like, that's a third nested file from this file. But hey, it works. So that's very cool. Okay, what else was I going to change? I changed the folder path, which I guess technically that fixes this issue. Yeah. This is closed with what's the keyword to reference a commit? Yeah, because this commit, I'll just grab the whole thing. Who cares? Closed by this. Yeah. Cool. And close issue. What was my other one? Oh, changing. Yeah, basically not hard coding this path in either. Where do I do that? Down here. So when you call this install, like I said, it finds all the folders inside of this nested config folder. And so this is my PowerShell environment. This is my, I don't know, Node.js environment or whatever else there is. Right now, like I said, it's just PowerShell. So that they loop through these. Every one of these will have an install PS1. So okay, so that's special just to the PowerShell one. Otherwise, it'll just call the install. And that is in that install file. So what I'm doing here is loading all the modules that I specify in requirements. So I want to make sure all these modules are present. And then, clone my Git repos. If I'm on Windows and I'm an admin, run this install fonts, which I think is maybe broken as well. But down here, I like to use current user all hosts for any profile related stuff. So I want the current user all hosts path. See, this is doing the same thing. It's pointing to this folder, this nested folder, and my local system has a symlink from this folder to the .files version of the .config folder. But I want this to change to actually point to, well, in this case, it'd be code .files .config. I know it, this part looks the same, but this is actually the correct full path to where that profile lives. So instead of home, it would need to be, I've already got the root. Well, no, it's running this install file. So it's ps script root joined with profile.ps1. Config profile path. Yeah. I like to use the system IO path when there's more than 2 paths to join, because in the Windows 5.1 and previous versions of join path, it doesn't have the join path, child path. It doesn't have the additional child path. So positionally, you can give join path 2 values, and that's compatible everywhere, all versions that have join path. But when you start adding a 3rd and a 4th and a 5th and forever, however many you want, the newer versions of join path handle that, but the older ones don't. So just to not mess with what version of join path am I using, I just use this. But in this case, I'm going to be using 2 paths. So I like to use join path if there's 2. Join path. I hope that made sense, by the way. PS script root and profile.ps1. There we go. You know what? And if I even run it right now, .config, PowerShell, install. It should probably, oh, you know what? Need to put this back. It'll probably add a new line here. What I'm doing is I'm saying, look for this path in that current users all hosts. So show me the guts of the whole file. And if it's not already in that file, just append it to the end. Because let's say, added path. So let's say I've got some other stuff in my own profile. It's manually here. I guess the way I handle that is the profile from this .files repository, that should be a profile that's universal to all the systems that have it. But let's say on this laptop, I have this very special task that really I only would ever run from this laptop for some reason. I would just hard code that into this profile if it's special enough. So, if I have other stuff here, it would not overwrite this, but it would just, list this at the very bottom. So it, here's this profile and everything that's listed in the universal one. And so because I changed the pattern it's looking for, it didn't find this path here. So it added it. This was the old path. So let me get rid of this, and I should be able to run it again. And it should not add. It should detect that that path is there already and not add it. So we'll see. Cool. Perfect. That fixes that. Another thing is it didn't reclone the repos because I didn't include this parameter, but I wonder if I did. Yeah, I want to see how this breaks. if it tries to oh, see, I can't run this by itself. This variable comes from the root install, which I never called. So I need to quit this. It's going to do all kinds of junk. So relying on this root path makes this install file no longer, well, as far as the git clone stuff is concerned, I can't run that independent of the root path, independent of the root install, this one, because that's where this gets defined. And I don't like that. Well, I mean, if I just cloned it, I would rerun it anyway. But anyway, I think this would break, but you shouldn't run it this way anyway. So I'm going to leave it. Let's add this one. The install. Yep. And I want to do this from my commit. So let me come here. This is number 10. Closes number 10. And that should auto close this issue, right? Closed. Perfect. So that's all the issues. The other thing I was working on, I've worked on this in the past with this profile stuff, is something in the actual profile. Oh, where is it? These. Hang on. Let me come down here. So these are fun. It's a short-handed way of moving upwards. If instead of doing, like if I wanted to go to the projects folder, instead of doing that to get to GitHub and that to get to projects, I can just, each dot represents one folder up. So I can just, whack ... however many folders up I want. So this gets me to GitHub, gets me to projects. Same thing. I just feel less typing. And you can do that up to 4. What I've got right now is tab completion on the folders that live at that level, right? So if I do whack dot, this gets me into GitHub. And now if I tab, these are all the folders. So let's say I want to go up to GitHub and then in one more folder. So that, I guess that would look like CD like this. Let's say I was going into projects, demos or something. If I had a folder there called demos, and my version would be whack ... demos like this. So it's just a little shorter. And obviously the more folders you go up, the shorter that becomes. The problem is I want it to continue to tab complete. Like let's say inside of demos, there's more folders that I want to go to. My tab completion is 1 level. So let's, whoops. Let me come up here. Like admin toolkit. Let's say I wanted to go another folder down. I lose my nested tab completion from here. And I don't know how PowerShell just has that file path tab completion built in, because I would love to leverage that. Just tell it what the starting point is, right? Like if I just hit this other way, it detects that, and this is exactly what I would want. I want the build stuff, build tests. Oh, I guess there's nothing in there. Build. Oh, it's CD, so it's only looking for folders. But that's exactly what I would want mine to do. But PowerShell has this built in. I don't know if, I just don't know how that works. That's something I'm missing. So here's my defined tab completion. So if I'm going up 4 directories, so whack dot, 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 dot. Again, I'm basically behind the scenes just manually doing that, getting all the folders that live there and returning the name. And that's how my tab complete works, it's just returning one name of one folder, but it has no intelligent way of nesting beyond that. So that's something that I'd love to add to this. If you know how to do that, please PR this and show me, or make an issue or something. That is something I'd love to have. But as soon as I overwrite the built-in just file exploring tab completion that PowerShell just natively has with my own here, I lose all that. So that's the problem is I could do the // but then the path tab completion starts where I'm at right now. But I want to tell PowerShell if I'm doing like 2 dots, so GitHub projects, I want the path tab completion to start there. So I want the best of both worlds, but I haven't figured that out yet. Maybe let's do a Google's quick. PowerShell. File system, maybe. Yes, it's just built in. Adding tab completion. I know how to add it, but and I've never used a dynamic parameter before. Well, I've never used the dynamic parameter block before, I should say it that way. Because I'm basically running a... Oh, send that my way. I've never really used dynamic parameters. So we're looking at this, it makes me think that really behind the scenes, it could just be using the resolve path function. You know, if I do I don't know, what is this? Azure config, Docker, what is this stuff? Sure. It gives me the full path, but relative. That's kind of what I want, is the tab completion to return relative. That's an idea. Okay, what else is on here? I would want it to not return the folders. I would want it to just return. Well, there we go. So up 1, 2, 3, 4 is the C drive. So I should be able to do this, you know, go to program files and keep tabbing. So the input to this arg completer is the string match. That's the string I give it after the function. I'm going to mess with this. I don't want it to return any of this. and I don't think I even need this. I want to say resolve path. I'll open Discord up in just one sec. Resolve path 3, 4, and string match. Whoops. What was it? Relative. Yeah, I use rcompleter. I usually I used to use them in you define them in like separate files and then use the register argument argcompleter function. But actually, so plug for our PowerShell Discord channel, which I'll pull up here. I learned that you can add this argcompleter property on the parameter right there. It doesn't have to be like you load the function and then you have to like load the argcompleter separately. The tab completion logic, if you want to do it yourself, can be baked right into the function, right on top of the parameter, which is awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, here we go. What did you send me? Hey, look at you. All right. Block snippets. Oh, let me come back here. Is this too small? Let me make this bigger. Attribute, runtime defined parameter. Yeah, so this is pretty close to what we looked at. Some parameter. Oh, not required. Okay. I want to try my argcompleter before I jump into this. Yeah, it's not really, I don't think I'm looking for a dynamic parameter yet. I just want to argcomplete the path. That's why, that's why I want to keep looking at this. Hang on, I'll come back to that in just a sec. So if this is the string match relative, I should be able to just redefine this. Ooh. I want to return. See, right now it's completing what I've got here. Yeah, this is what I want it to do, but I want it to take this off. So it's almost like I need to full path equals this, and then like replace return replace. Whoops. Yeah. Let me try this. Whoa. Okay. Projects, GitHub, dotfiles, config, PowerShell. I don't have any other folders. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. By default, it tab completes right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm inside projects. Yeah, it's still tab completing where I'm at. Yeah, see, I've never found a need to ever use dynamic parameters, which is why I literally know not much to zero about them. But having looked at it, it still doesn't feel like what I need. Return. So if I'm, hang on. Oh. Replace it with duh. What am I replacing it with? Nothing. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The heck did that just do? Okay. Let me come back to this. Oh, it's because it changed the. Let me just put a star. Timeout. Does this need to be? I guess it's got to be the exact. Let me try this. I basically just want it to get the right slashes. Let's do this. Replace me equals. This is going to look so stupid. Come on. Okay. That will give me the correct slashes that it wants. And then I want to replace me from full path with nothing. Right? One, two, three, four. Why does it still have one here? That won't take me back. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the folder itself. 1, 2, 3, 4 projects. So it should be auto completing GitHub, right? My 1 too high? Up 1, up 2, up 3. This would be cool to figure out. Come on. All right. Okay. Maybe I need this also. I want that extra slash. There we go. That's what I want. Okay. Replace me now comes with that slash. This is what confuses me. When I do this, it gives me an extra set of them. So dot dot 2, 3, 4, 5 projects. The same thing, but when I add relative, it's got to go up another folder. So I guess this join is going to have to be another one. Yeah, so to remove it, I need to add another to the replace here. And come back up to here. Projects. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to projects. One, two, three, 4 up to projects. That doesn't make sense to add another one there. Up folder. See, that just starts replacing stuff local. Okay, if my string match is empty, what does this give me? It gives me projects. That's the folder I want to be in. That's the folder I want to start looking in. So full path. I think I need to do more with this full path. I think I need like return get child item. What all does get child item have? Full path. Cannot find, see, projects, GitHub, blah, blah, blah. Projects. Oh, okay. So this will give me everything that lives at projects. And I want to return the resolve path of this dot full name, and then do the replace on here. Right? Oh, okay. I will have to use this syntax. Okay. That's what I want. Now I want to resolve path. Oh, okay. I think I know what's going on. Put that back. Relative and replace. Let me redefine this. What? You mean here on get child item? Or on resolve path? Yeah, because that gives me the dot dots. Okay, I just don't think I'm calling this correctly. Maybe this doesn't need a comma. It's not a regular expression. Resolve path. Okay, so what it's yelling at now is how I'm using the replace operator. So it's seeing this. Whoops. It's seeing that as a regex and not literally ... slash ... slash. So somehow I've got to get it to like. Yeah, see, it sees it as a regex. Yeah. I don't think resolve path even, I think by default it gives you just the path. But how do I get it to see this as not, it's not a regex? If it is a regex, I should be able to use that again. Okay. I will do that up here. When I create it. Should be able to do that inside up here. Whoops. I cannot spell. Okay. Whew. That is ugly. Okay. Replace me. I'll put this back. This should give me GitHub. Oh, maybe I didn't redefine this. Whew. Okay, cool. That's what I want. So that means it's going to return the path. Yeah. Okay, let's try this now. Four. Oh, so close. That is inside of GitHub. But where did those dots come from? What the heck? Okay, GitHub. Admin toolkit. It's doing it. And then it breaks. Okay, well, on the right track. You know what? I think you're right. I think I need to do this. No, I need to do it. That's fine. Okay. So it's this. It's GitHub. String match. Okay, so the path works. I think I still need. Yeah, I mean, whatever it's all just a script block, right? Technically, this is a function. It takes parameters and everything. So it's just a function that's like on the parameter itself. I'm confused. I still want the folder names, right, that are there. Like I had before. String match. Maybe I want full path. This by default gets me GitHub. From where I'm at, because resolve path, if this is empty, gives me a folder. Shoot. You didn't send me any other magic, huh? Just kidding. Okay, well, I'm much closer than I was. Yeah, so this full path, it resolves to a folder if there's nothing there. New folder, C, projects, demo. So what does full path resolve to now? It just picks one. Oh, wait. Oh, string match is GitHub. Never mind. So this just needs to be like this. Gets me into projects. Okay, I think I'm getting closer. This should give me back GitHub and demos. Oh, I need to clear this. I've given it nothing. Folder should return these two folders. And I want to return the name. It's almost like the path I return has to be from this context. It's almost like my function needs to, like, okay, I figured out. Let me try this just to see what this gives me back. There we go. And now from there, when I add more, let's say I pick. Yeah, so that is what I need to return. And then nested, what I need to return is from the context of that. It's almost like I need to push into that folder get the relative context, join path, and then pop back out. Does that make sense? So I need to folders. Yep. What if I do just name? Oh, then that becomes relative. It transforms it into a relative path. I don't think I need to do that anymore because I've already found the names. Right? If I get child item, there they are. But then I'm back to my original problem. I can't go nested. So I need to. Let me do this. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's too many. All right, let me go back. Projects, GitHub, dot PowerShell. Okay. Oh, because there's so many slashes, it takes me as far back as possible. Okay. So I'm going to try this without this. Just give me a normal path. And now I'm going to navigate to it. Oh, and I took a set of dots away. Oops. For that. Okay. Okay, so backup one. So if I did like a push location to replace me, that's the directory I want to start looking for things. Then I would want to return push location. Let me try something. Join path, replace me, and string match, which by default is empty, right? So GitHub, let me go back before I try this. Okay. This should move me into projects because string match was empty. And now I want to return name. No. I want to return. I want to return a filtered version. Push location. Okay. So I've got GCIs here. Name. Gives me those. I want to return the full name. Here's what I want to do. Get location. Let's rename this. We're no longer replacing it. So I'm going to navigate to root directory in any string match. Now that I've moved to that location, equals get location path. And I want to do this. And I want to replace root path with nothing. Let me get rid of this junk. Okay. I'm already there. So root path equals get path, blah, blah, blah. C projects is not valid. Oh, this isn't wrapped fully. Return should wrap the whole thing, right? Full name. Root path is C projects. Oh, okay. Here's I'm going to use your trick here. Regex. Escape. Let me put these here too. Okay. So, not there yet, but what I'm thinking is it's one too many. This should be oh, hang on. I need to go back to. Need to come back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Demo, GitHub. Ah, darn it. I want it to continue. So it's like string match needs to. It's only returning stuff at the core location. Demo. Get filter. How did I do that? I need to get on the. Maybe I do need to keep this. Hang on. Let me put this back. That just does some quote wrapping. Get child item on filter. Filter. demo, GitHub. Let's do recursion because I'm technically returning recursive folder names. One, two, three, four. Great. GitHub. Darn, getting close. Not quite there yet. If I don't include anything, oh, I hit tab, so it's searching recursively on everything in C projects. So I can't include this. I assume that if I add the, whack GitHub, let me take this off and take off recursive. Get out of here. What is this doing? Wow. Kill it, bring it back. Oh, you have? You've tried to do this. So what's frustrating is PowerShell has this built in. I just would like to know if there's an easy way to tell PowerShell where to start, right? So if I do blah, 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 some random function, and I start tabbing, it's going to tab in my current context. I would just love to figure out where this built-in tab completion in this context starts and just tell it, just continue this, but up 4 directories, up 3 directories. I've Googled this till the cows come home. I can't find anything. So if it's like a parameter type, if there's some sort of like some sort of path type like this, and it has its own built-in stuff, that would be great. Because I think because how does it do that? Get. Wow. These are object types. Maybe there's something in here. These should be all the different object types, right? See, here's your regex. I can call this class. That's what this is. Timestamp. I don't see any path stuff. Up there, well, there was a networking path up there. Yeah, I know it's got to. I just need to give it a context. variable, script block. Mail address. IP address. Because what's one of the examples is like to enumerate through all the yeah. So if I made a function, let me do it over here. Whoops. If I made a function, get color, wait, what was it again? Oh, console color. Get rid of this. You did it. Foreground color. See, I can enumerate through the values of this class type and then use it, right? So just like by default, when you tab and PowerShell can't map to a specific parameter, it defaults to file system class. And that figures out the context, the path to fill. So that's what's frustrating is like this behaves exactly like I expect it to. I just don't know what do I have to give this? I guess let me come back to profile. I have a parameter called dir. Right now it's a string, so there's no enumeration behind the scenes on a string. There is on the class for methods, but not values. If I could say, like, if this was just, I don't even know what it would look like. Some sort of file system string type or path type. Where were those paths at? They were all here. But doesn't this? Am I making sense? It seems like that's what's happening. PowerShell just has one of these types built in, and this is the exact behavior I'm looking for. This. I want to give a parameter some type, and then poof, it's already got the tab completion built in for file paths, right? But I just want to tell it, do that, but up a directory. Do that, but up 2 directories. So, yeah, this is what I want to finish for next time. Again, this is all just because I'm too lazy to, because it's already built in. If I do this stuff, it's built in. I just want to use my way. Program files and then this. So it's already built in. I'm just too lazy to type these extra dots. That's the whole point of this. So I'm going to cut this off here. I've gone a bit over what I like to keep it to. If anyone has any suggestions, ideas, research, articles they want to send my way, or come up with something yourself, PR it, get your name on the repo, whatever. Feel free. Yeah, yeah, I'm still bummed about the PS Chipotle project. It's nice to have a project lined up. You know, right now my plan for future streams is just, unless I have a project lined up, just to jump in and do random stuff like this. So, you know, for my work, I don't work on any open source stuff for my job. So it's not like I've got plenty of PowerShell stuff I work on all day, every day, but it's not something that I can stream. You know, it's internal private stuff. So, that would be fun to do, doing a lot of cool stuff. I just can't, you know, stream about it. So, trying to find non-work related things to stream about at the moment. So yeah, this one seems interesting. So I guess for the next one, we'll pick up from here, hopefully. Like I said, you can reach out to me, subscribe, follow on all the things. It's free. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. This is fun. So thanks for all the feedback and comments and stuff. This is awesome. That regex thing, it kind of came in handy. I'm still using that now, aren't I? Yeah. If I'm going to continue to do this replace, I do need this. So that was awesome. I've used this before, but you know, you forget about these things. So anyway, thanks so much. Hopefully I'm on next week again. I've been kind of off and on for a while, but yeah, I'd like to stay as consistent as possible. So again, thank you. Follow me, reach out, say hi. I'd love to chat with you. And yeah, have a great rest of your week. See you guys.